cracking, people? It's your man, Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, representing high-level technicians operating globally and beyond. So listen, real quick, I wanted to respond to a video that Rom Will posted regarding if a woman does not lust for you, then move on. No truer words have been spoken. And in my world, lust is the primary driver for women entering my space to begin with. And the video that Rom posted really spoke to me specifically because I know that in my world, most of the operators or the technicians aren't really prone to having, monogamous relationships to the point or to the level, whereas we can completely ignore or take for granted the signs that women are lusting for us, or a woman that we're interacting with on a one-on-one basis is lusting for us. Now, that does not mean that we're not aware of those signs. And so to get into the response to Rom Will's video, I want to highlight 7 ways that a man can tell that a woman is lusting after him. On this side, on the YouTube side, I'm going to go over the first 4, and I'll save the last 3 for the Patreon side, because to be honest, Ron made a really good point in this video, whereas women who are, chameleons or pick-me's or scammers, they use information like this against a target. Women who are highly skilled at quote-unquote getting the bag, they are very good actresses. And one of the keys to being a very good actor or actress is studying your role and studying your target. And so while I can appreciate this space as sort of a forum for men to exchange ideas and dialogue freely, we are always being watched, we're always being studied, we're always being monitored. So I just want to start with the first 4 points on this side, and I'll wrap it up with the last 3 on the Patreon side. So with that, let's get into it. First way that you can tell that she is lusting for you is that it's easier to use the P codes if they're even needed. Now, those who have followed myself and Ron Will specifically, to the point where they've tuned in to various webinars that we've done. The most recent one was about the P codes, or the pussy codes, basically. It was a breakdown of the things that a man can say, really, just to unlock levels in a woman, both consciously and subconsciously, to really get her to lust and to desire after them. So hit Rom up to get access to that webinar. We may discuss a sort of adjusted version of that on the Patreon side, but stay tuned for that. That's number 1. It's easier for a guy to approach and to basically come at a woman if she's lusting for him. The second way is that she will feed you after sex. Now, it may seem simple, it may seem crazy, but this goes back to a previous video that I did about the levels of the D. And this aspect is the daddy D, because when you satisfy a woman sexually, she wants to satisfy you in all the other ways, including feeding you, because she wants to make sure that you are satisfied in return. Is a woman making you a sandwich after sex is basically throwing you out a high five, saying good job, good shit. The next way that you can tell if a woman lusts for you, and this is something that happens a lot in my world, and I really didn't take notice of this until I started talking with men who are outside of my world, and noticed a stark contrast. So this next one I think is a good one. She will ask you what she can do to make it better. And again, I think it falls right down the middle. 50% of men may or may not have experienced this, and I know that the other half just don't experience it. And I think that was the percentage of men that Ron was speaking to. I mean, this is a dead down the middle question, or way that you can tell whether or not a woman is lusting after you. She will ask you what she can do to make it better. She's not just starfishing. She's not just necessarily in it for her to get off, but she is willing to go above and beyond and do things that you enjoy and explore things that you enjoy that satisfy you, make you happy, to get you off. Another one is that, like I hinted to in the previous one, she will be open to exploration. When you throw out, hey, let's get a threesome, let's be wing people together, let's be each other's wingman or wingwoman, and let's pick up a buddy. She won't buck and be like, oh, I'm insulted, how dare you, why would you even bring that up? That sort of defensive mechanism is only in play because she wants to protect that bag. She wants to protect that resource delivery system. A woman who's confident in herself and who wants to be open to exploration and to please the man that she's with, that question would be the information that she needs. She's like, oh damn, he just gave me some a great way to satisfy him. Dang, this is my man, and I want to satisfy him. So of course she's gonna be open to explore not only that avenue, the threesome, but other avenues together that satisfy you and enhance that bond. And I think that's the most important part of this. When a woman is lusting after a man, he is that source of a type of masculine, sensual energy for her, and that lust is like a thirst. And when a woman is thirsty, or if anybody's thirsty, they're going to do whatever it takes to get, satisfied and satiated by that source of what they're after. And so if she is open to having a threesome or to explore with this guy that she's with, that's her giving over to that lust, and she's overtly saying, hey, I'm in it for this is what we're gonna do. So in my world, that's a common feature of it, and it's a thing that happens without resistance, without defense, without many questions. The only limit is whether or not a woman has experienced it, and then you need to break down the logistics and show her how to do it. But there really aren't that many barriers, if any barriers, as far as the exploration is concerned. Now on this side, I want to finish this up with this last point. I think I'm not too sure that this was addressed by other commenters or other podcasters, but I'm going to give you this scenario, and I think it speaks to the 360 on this, whether or not a woman is in it because she's truly lusting for you, on top of wanting to bond, or if she's in it for the bag, or she's in it for other reasons. So I have a friend. Most of my friends are over 50, because I'm not a complete knuckle dragger. I just play one on stage. In any case, one of my good friends is a man of Christian faith, and he seeks to live his life accordingly. So this friend has a younger wife who challenges his authority often. And one day I asked him, just putting out some scenarios out there. I asked him what he would do if he were to receive a windfall of $350K. Just think about it. What would you do? He said pay off debt. He would purchase a home for the family. He would take the family on vacation. He would purchase a newer vehicle for the family. I said that's an amazing answer. I think that's the ideal answer for a family man. Then I asked him what he felt the first thing his wife would do if he gave her $350K. Of course, there was dead silence. And beyond that, I didn't even need an answer to that. He knew exactly where I was going, and I wanted to leave that example here for the listeners to think themselves. If they're in a relationship with a woman, I challenge them to think about why first they're in the relationship, but more so why they feel that their significant other is in that relationship. And I challenge them to use that test of, if they were to receive a windfall of money, what they would do, as opposed to if they were to give their significant other a windfall of money, what she would do. I think a lot of people would respond and be like, oh, she gonna bounce. Oh, no doubt, she's out. I mean, but that should tell you right there, you need to take a good, hard, evaluative look at your relationship. Again, I will always say I'm not a relationship guy. I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a dating coach. I am a seduction master. I deal in the sensual presentation of masculine mastery. That's my wheelhouse. However, I have been in relationships and I have, explore different scenarios that I feel have value to share in this space and also in the other space in Patreon. So I'm going to leave this out here for the listeners. Feel free to drop a comment down below. Check out the Patreon side to see if there's anything that interests you. And as always, this is your man, Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying stay sharp and mission focused. Later.